In boxing, Francis Ngannou knocks out Ferreira in under 4 minutes in return to mixed martial arts. In Formula One, Norris takes US pole with best lap of his career. And finally, in the world of football, Nigerian Flamingos fly to World Cup quarterfinals. Good morning and welcome to Sports Radio 360 on your Women Radio 91.7. I am Miracle Phillip, your sports lady, and it's always a pleasure to be right here serving you with all sporting updates in the course of the weekend right here on this interesting show. Welcome to Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Your sport lady right here, because of course the weekend was packed with a lot, and I mean a lot of action. The different leagues, the international break is done and dusted for now. So league football was back in action, and I'll be taking you also through the results and the different fixtures as well. Don't forget the phone lines to be part of our conversation on Sports Radio 360 to get to share your thoughts on some of the games that you may have followed up on. 07000 917 917 07000 917 917. Our toll-free number for women 0800 1235 917, and we have our SMS and WhatsApp line that is 0703 175 6537. Now, let's start off with what went down in the world of boxing. Francis Ngannou defeating Renan Ferreira.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, in the main event of the evening, it comes to a halt officially 3 minutes, 32 seconds into round number one. He is the winner by knockout, and now the new PFL Superfights Heavyweight World Champion, Francis the Predator Ngannou.
Oh yes, that was exactly what happened. Very interesting one. Interestingly, actually, because Francis Ngannou took less than 4 minutes to knock out Renan Ferreira, making a very emotional return to mixed martial arts. Of course, the former UFC heavyweight champion stepped back into the cage for the first time in over 2 years, having last defended his title against Cyril Gang. Now, of course, we know that Francis Ngannou had pursued, his brief boxing career. He lost to Tyson Fury on points before even suffering a very brutal second round knockout against Anthony Joshua. And also the fact that he has had to be in an emotional state. Losing his son. I feel like this bout was just, let me go in and make a statement, and really true to his word, he really did, as he faced Ferreira prior to his loss to Joshua. He returned to the Professional Fighters League to take on the Brazilian, and he finished him in 4 minutes. Regardless of everything, the entire fight, the bout, and how interestingly well it panned out, he also took time to talk about the fact that he dedicated his victory to his late son. He said in his words, "I can't think of anything but my son Kobe. I only took this fight because of him. I fought for him, and I hope people remember his name, because without Kobe, I wouldn't be here tonight. I wouldn't have fought." Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm glad to see him back in action, because he brutalized he brutalized his opponent Ferreira. Well, if you've just tuned in, this is still Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Shall we now switch sides to Formula One? Well, last week we talked about the fact that, the Grand Prix was back, 6 more races before the end of the year, and conversations around what this is going to be like, the Drivers' Championship title, who's going to clinch it, because we've had Max Verstappen do so well in clinching this particular title for the past 3 years. So could there be a change of narrative, especially as we've got Lando Norris representing McLaren? Well, with the return of action, we got to see that while Max Verstappen had actually won the sprint race, well, Lando Norris beat the rival title holder Max Verstappen's Red Bull to pole position at the United States Grand Prix with what he said was his best lap of his entire career. Of course, we know that he was helped by Mercedes driver George Russell crashing late in the session, which also prevented any driver improving on their second laps. But then Norris had been 0.031 seconds quicker than Verstappen on his first laps. But the Dutchman has started his final lap much better than the Briton, only for both of them to have to abort. Nevertheless, luck seemed to have played on its side because the result was just what Norris needed after Verstappen won the sprint race earlier, with Norris finishing third behind Ferrari's Carlos Sainz, and Verstappen extended his championship lead by 2 points to 54. But also, interestingly, there was this event that also took place still in the United States Grand Prix, because Lando Norris and Max Verstappen narrowly avoided a collision at the first corner, but it was an incident later in the race that actually led to a penalty for McLaren's Lando Norris. So he was actually penalized, and the penalty, which of course he had to describe as rash, demoted Norris from third to fourth place, one position behind Verstappen, who has now also still extended his championship lead to 57 points with 5 races to go and 146 points still available. Can Lando Norris close up the gap? Is that possible with 5 more races to go? Well, my people, it is still Sports Radio 360 on your Women Radio 91.7. And yeah, we'll switch our sides to everything football, but that will be right after this break. Don't forget the phone lines are 07000 917 917, 0800 1235 917. And then we have our SMS and WhatsApp line, that's 0703 175 6537.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your girl again. You are listening to WFM 91.7. Yeah. Keep your ear tuning. That's right. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for a place to advertise your business at affordable rates, or a hall to host all your corporate events and conferences? Then don't look any further for all your advert placement, live interviews, announcements, religious programs, event bookings, and lots more. Give your business the boost and reach your target audience at an affordable rate here on Women Radio 91.7. What are you waiting for? Hurry now. Call the numbers 0905 555 8998, 0806 009 2137, or 0816 060 5673, or email us at sales@wfm917. Over 55,000 nursing mothers in disadvantaged communities in Jigawa State, Nigeria benefited in improved health and living standards through the Silver Lining for the Needy initiative. 25 expectant mothers with pregnancy complications received free ultrasound scans. Over 100 individuals, including orphans across 14 states, benefited from antiretroviral therapy. Dedicated to eradicating hepatitis in Nigeria through distribution of hepatitis B and C vaccines, treatments, and awareness, Hawa Abbas Hadija is a trailblazer in public health. Hawa Abbas Hadija, an iconic woman of our time. An iconic woman of our time is an initiative of St. Ives Communications, Women Radio, Voice of Women, and supported by MacArthur Foundation.
The Women Radio membership connects you with other women traders, entrepreneurs, students, homemakers, farmers, and pensioners in the 36 states of Nigeria. As a Women Radio member, your business is promoted free on Women Radio. Win amazing goodies and you get access to our events. Download the Women Radio app today and hear your voice on radio. Register free at wfm917.com and make sure you join the Facebook Women Radio membership group. The Women Radio membership is supported by MacArthur Foundation and the Nigeria Media Innovation Program, NAMI.
When you wake up in the morning, you want to start your day. Start with Kellogg's, So you can reach your grades, stay active and alert. Start your day.
I always want what's best for my family. That's why we ensure we start our day with a Kellogg's breakfast, fortified with essential vitamins and minerals to stay active and alert to reach your grades.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Are you searching for durable, guaranteed, elegant, affordable home products? At Eleganza Industrial City Limited, we put you first. From plastic chairs for adults and babies, party tables and school tables, disposable plates and cups, as well as reusable plastics, food warmers and cooling boxes, trash bins of various sizes, baby diapers, lady sanitary care products, luggage of various sizes, hair threads, and lots more. Eleganza Industrial City Limited has got you covered with our elegantly designed products in unique shapes and sizes. Visit us at Kilometer 68 Lekki Ekpe Expressway after Eleko Junction, Ibeju Lekki, Lagos. Or you can call 081 801 99999 or 090 914 73665, or you can send us an email at eleganzaindustrialcity@yahoo.com or info@eleganzagroups.com or sales@eleganzagroups.com. You can visit our website www.eleganzagroups.com. Eleganza Industrial City Limited. The name is our guarantee.
Yeah! Are you ready for the thrill, the action, and sports sensation on Women Radio 91.7?
Well, our Sky colleagues in Italy say that Juventus have rejected an £85 million offer.
And then Balotelli, Aguero!
Join us 6:05 p.m. every Monday on Women Radio 91.7 for comprehensive analysis and coverage of local, national, and international sporting events on Sports Radio. Join our experienced sports journalists and experts on Sports Radio 6:05 p.m. every Monday on Women Radio 91.7 for everything sports. Yeah!
Iléeṣẹ́ rédíò àkọ́kọ́ nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn obìnrin jẹ́ lógún púpọ̀, WFM 91.7 ti gbé àrà titun àti ètò titun wá sí etí ìgbọ́yín o. Ètò yìí ni a pè ní Láwùjọ Obìnrin, níbi tí a ó ti máa gbé àwọn ètò ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn obìnrin sórí afẹ́fẹ́. A ó máa bá ara wa jíròrò, gbá ara wa níyànjú, a ó sì máa ṣe ara wa létí. Èmi ọ̀rẹ́ yín, ìyáàfin Florence Ọládọ̀tun Àmọ́ ni yóò máa ṣe atọ́kùn ètò yìí. Ẹ tẹ́tí sí wa ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Ajé Monday láti agogo 2 sí 3 ọ̀sán fún ètò Láwùjọ Obìnrin láti iléeṣẹ́ WFM 91.7. Ètò Láwùjọ Obìnrin á sọ wá di obìnrin rere àti ọmọ Nàìjíríà rere.
Ṣèmi lóbìnrin rere, ṣèmi láwòkọ́ṣe rere láwùjọ obìnrin.
A time for change, to unmask the truth, to unmask the rot in our communities. Unmasking the truth will focus on the effects of corruption on women, prefer solution and demand for accountability. Unmasking the Truth will be on this radio station
every first Monday by 5:30 p.m.
And we ask you to join us to condemn corruption, to demand for accountability, and to work together for a better Nigeria. Unmasking the Truth is an initiative of St. Ives Communications in partnership with Voice of Women and supported by the MacArthur Foundation.
The stories are real.
Something like this happened to me years back. I saw some messages in his phone. The lady that sent the message to him, when I told him, I said, "Come, why are you like this? Why are you doing all this?"
It's all around you.
And so when she comes up to you to tell you her schedule needs, you should be humble enough to listen. And if there's something you can do about that, you do it. Is it reading books? Is it seeing a therapist? Be open to certain things, because at the end of the day, this person is your partner. That is the bottom line of everything. My family advised him to marry the girl he has impregnated. We forced him, but he refused. But when the girl starts telling that you call her too much, then there's something fishy.
You want to share it. Let people see. You're not alone. Break the silence culture. Adult Conversations. Weeknights from 8 on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
WFM 91.7.
Chidi can't get the shot away. It's a penalty. Foul by Zambrano. Moshood scores. And Nigeria are in front. Chidi will go for goal, and it's off the bar. So close to a second goal then for Nigeria. Cicciolo now for Ecuador. Cicciolo will try for goal. Saved by Uzoma. Excellent attempt. Andrade couldn't keep hold of it. Chidi shots. It's the second goal for Nigeria. Their leading scorer in qualifying gets her first goal at this FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Oh, it's been missed completely. Chance for a third goal, and it is Peace Effiong. Melanie Pozo on for just a moment. Moshood will go for goal. Almost finds it. Pozo with the save. An awkward dipping shot. Chidi. Effiong in the middle. The little pull back. Brilliant finish. Shakarat Moshood. It's a fourth goal for Nigeria. Superbly placed.
Oh yeah, baby, see I is a go. Sangalo is a go. Shanawale is a go. Escobar is a go.
Well, that's exactly what went down. I'm talking about Nigeria's bout. We're talking about the Flamingos. They did make us proud when they met Ecuador, and that was a beautiful finish right there, qualifying them now for the quarterfinal. So let's take a look at some of the matches that went down, and also that was actually on Saturday where Nigeria's Flamingos made that statement in the Under-17 Women's World Cup games. Of course, they took the victory over Ecuador with 4-0, and also Spain took on South Korea, winning with 5-0. Yesterday, Dominican Republic and New Zealand met each other, but they drew the scores with 1-1. United States took the win over Colombia with 2-0. Japan took the win over Brazil with 2-1. And then we got to see North Korea taking the win over Kenya with 3-0. Today as well, in the early hours of today, Poland took a win over Zambia, and England took a win over Mexico with 4-2. We're also going to be anticipating some other matches as well. Tomorrow, United States will take on South Korea, Colombia will take on Spain, Nigeria will take on Dominican Republic on Wednesday, Ecuador will take on New Zealand on Wednesday, and Zambia will take on Japan, not leaving out Poland will take on Brazil still on Wednesday. On Thursday, England will take on North Korea, and Mexico will take on Kenya, and this is exactly how it will go down. Down. All right, people, it is still your Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Let's recite now to exactly the actions that went down in the Nigeria Premier Football League. And yes, Abia Warriors, they returned to winning ways after dismantling Plateau United with 3-1 at the Umuahia Township Stadium in that match day 8 fixture. We also saw that in Maiduguri, El Kanemi Warriors won their first match at home this season, having drew their last 4 matches before beating Eyimba 1-0. And this is all thanks to Usman Abbas' strike. We also saw that Kwara United shocked Kanu Pillars. I mean, I was actually looking out for this particular game, but unfortunately, it was a shocker because they had to share the spoils with a 1-1 scoreline. So, in all, Bayelsa took the win over Heartland FC. Sunshine Stars took the win over Nasarawa United. El Kanemi Warriors took the win over Ayimba FC. Remo Stars took the win over Bendel Insurance. And Kanu Pillars drew the spoils with Kwara United. So what does the table look like? But apart from that, apart from looking at what the table looks like, there are also games to anticipate today. Ikorodu City will take on Derby Stars. Shooting Stars will take on Katsina United. Niger Tornadoes will take on Rivers United. And Aqua United will take on Enugu Rangers today. And it's, as it stands right now, the top 5 teams: Remo Stars, Rivers United, Ayimba, Sunshine Stars, and El Kanemi Warriors. 07000 917 Let's take your thoughts on the matches that went down in the course of the weekend. There have been lots of conversations about the future of Erik ten Hag in Manchester United. And, you know, when the media asked Erik ten Hag, what do you think about what people are saying? Here's what he had to say about that.
Good afternoon, all. I miss you all so much. I don't know this is only coming from the media, from you guys. For some of you, let's say this, not all of you, but some of you who bringing up stories, creating fairy tales, making the noise, bringing lies, because I know we are on one page in this club. I told this before the break. I told several journalists, probably they didn't believe me, because I see the reports, but internal in the club, it's quiet.
He says internally in the club, it's quiet. There are no concerns about him leaving Manchester United. But he said this only days before their loss. I mean their victory to Brentford, and that was on Saturday. Some people are like, Miracle, you just want to announce bad news about Manchester United. No, sorry. No, that's not what I want to do. It was actually a mistake. But on Saturday, they took the win over Brentford 2-1. That was Alejandro Garnacho at the 47th minute and Rasmus Højlund at the 62nd minute. But then also we saw one goal coming from Ethan Pinnock at the the extra time in the first half. So what were some of the games like in the course of the season, and I mean in the course of the weekend in the Premier League? Tottenham took the win over West Ham with 4-1. That was on Saturday. Aston Villa took the win over Fulham with 3-1. We're also seeing that Brighton took the win over Newcastle with 1-0. We also saw on Saturday Leicester City taking the win over Southampton with 3-2. Also on Saturday, Everton took the win over Ipswich Town with 2-0. And Bournemouth, sadly, took the win. I don't want to say sadly. No, not sadly. Sadly on the part of Arsenal fans, really, because there was a red card to Saliba. And even with the way that game was going, I just suspected there was going to be a red card somehow. And yeah, it landed on Saliba's chest. So, Bournemouth actually took the win with 2-0. Yesterday, there were also a couple of matches to look out for. Manchester City taking the win over Wolves with 2-1. We saw goals there coming from Vardiol at the 33rd minute and John Stones at extra time, and then Jurgen Strand Larsen for Wolves. And also Liverpool went up against Chelsea. Seemed to have been a much anticipated match for yesterday, with a penalty to Mohamed Salah at the 29th minute, and then we got to see the first goal. But of course, Chelsea coming back with Nicholas Jackson's goal at 48th minute. And Interestingly, Curtis Jones sealed it for Liverpool with 2-1 for them. We also got to see getting to see also that today Nottingham Forest will take on Crystal Palace, and that will be by 8 p.m. But then, so far, so good. Who's topping on the table? Let me let you in on that. Liverpool at number 1, Manchester City at number 2, Arsenal at number 3, and Aston Villa at number 4. Now, it would be unkind for me to leave out this particular one, and that's the fact that, right after scoring the winning goal for Leverkusen on Saturday in his 2-1 Bundesliga win over Eintracht Frankfurt, we're talking about Victor Boniface. He was actually involved in a ghastly motor accident. That was on Saturday night. But then he's actually come out to say that God is the greatest, and he's taking time to survive through the entire injuries. His car looked really, really damaged. But we're glad to see that he's safe and sound and he will be recovering well enough. All right, people, this is where I get to wrap up on Sports Radio 364 today. We'll be back on Wednesday and we'll talk everything sports with you on the other side of the radio. Coming up at 7:30 is the newspaper review that will run all the way till 8:30. I am Miracle Philip. Don't forget to follow me across all social media platforms at Miracle Philip and follow us at WFM 917 across other socials as well. Good morning.